Welcome back, everyone, to the TMI FYI podcast. I am Nat.
And I'm still Claude.
And she is still Claude. She is sipping
Having
her
my tea.
Aren't we so cozy today?
We
are
are.
in our nook. We're drinking tea.
You would think it's cool outside and it's like 95 degrees.
We are manifesting fall.
We are.
We are working.
We're going to pretend.
We're wearing sweaters.
Sweater weather.
We're drinking
got
tea.
Fall colored cushions and
Little
we're
apricot.
all the feels. No, it's pool beach weather outside.
It is, but you know what? Actually, it has gotten a little cooler,
Breezier.
It's gotten a little breezier. It's let up a little bit the
humidity,
the horrible heat of summer, and I have started decorating, as you have, decorating my home. Like I am bringing it to me. If it doesn't come,
I will crank the AC down to 60 at night. We're like all the fall feels. We pull out the blankets,
the vanilla-y smelling candles, the pumpkin
apple
spice.
cinnamon.
I just had, now this is very like Gen Z of me, but I just had a pumpkin matcha latte.
Okay.
From Maman. They actually have these in different cities across the country. So even if you're not in Miami, actually I think they started in New York.
I am in Miami and I don't know.
There's it's this little French restaurant, bakery type of place. Started in New York, as with most
Where
things.
is it at
eventually
now?
ends up
Here
here
in Miami.
So here they have a few. There's in Miami Beach, there's in Brickell, I think Coral Gables has. There's one in West Palm.
And it's a tea place or a coffee place?
No. It's like
French
they're
bakery?
known for their coffees.
Okay.
I think more so than other drinks, but they have like a full menu and pastries. And,
okay, did not know.
And
Good to know.
And it's real pumpkin. It's not like that Starbucks. Who knows what's in it? But
Don't
it's
be
like,
dissing my Starbucks.
Now listen, I
discover things that have already been out for like 2 years. I'm
Yeah.
like, did you know they have cold? I'm like, yeah, girl.
Yes, we did know.
I know,
But
I did not. I just discovered it a month ago.
But I'm just saying, we don't really know what's in that. But I will say, this was like a matcha pumpkin deliciousness. We're bringing the fall vibes.
We are, and I do notice, and that's why I love October. Even though I love to travel in October, especially to New York.
Yes.
The breeze in the afternoons here. I'm a fan of the time change when it gets dark early. Most people are not. I know.
I like it too.
I love it. I love having more indoor nighttime than outdoor daytime that summer gives you. Everybody's like, oh, I hate when they love being outside until 9 p.m. I'm like, no, because then it's dark, and then 10:30 later, like, I gotta go to bed, and you've been inside for like an hour. No.
Yeah. You know why I like it too? Because it signals the holidays are coming.
Yes.
And so
that
I'm
too.
like, oh, it's the fun time of year.
Yes, I love it. I just
thing.
love. So there's this time in the afternoon that you start feeling the breeze, and it's like usually when I walk the dogs and stuff, and it's like, oh, it's not dripping sweat, hot, whatever. I mean, it's still warm, but it's breezy. It's breezy. And you just kind of feel like, oh, it wants to get here until you get that first like really nice weather day. I know
wait.
at least the worst of the heat is over. That's what makes me happy.
Yes, we have crossed
I am not a
the
summer
threshold.
fan. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your bun twist?
I don't really-
Miss Claude. What do you got?
You know that I had one the other day, and I'm thinking I'm going to save it, but I almost feel like it's a repeat of some of the things, because I don't always have new bun twists.
But why don't you have a running list?
I know, and I
do.
used to. I would say lately, again, it's the people at the red lights and what turns green.
No, you've used this too many times.
I know.
You can't keep going back to the same
Okay,
ones.
so I would have to
will
check
take
my
this-
phone, but it's charging.
I would take this as a positive sign that you're just living life unbothered, and that's good.
Yes.
Meanwhile, guys, this list just runs on and on. I have so many things.
I think mine are consistently the same things, and some of those things are just not going to change. So
I'm just a
group
grouch.
texts, people who sit at a green light because they're fucking around on their phones or texting or watching videos. It's like, dude, drive, get to where you're going, sit in your car then. But we got places to go.
Well, here's what I hate.
And right lane drivers.
Okay. Oh, man. Yes, I hated those two. People who send you, and this, I know last week I did talk about the group text, and I'm gonna stay in that lane, but it's a different complaint.
Okay. We're catapulting. We're taking that up a notch.
But there's a theme.
Okay.
I hate people who text you with "Hi," and then they're
because you know there's something coming.
Of course, otherwise they wouldn't be texting you. but then they just wait. And I'm always like, hello.
I'm here.
How are you? I'm great. How are you? Like, don't do that to me. Don't.
Just say what you got to say.
Just
hey, Nat.
Hi, Nat. I need you to lend me $500 or whatever. But don't hit me with a hi and then disappear. I can't stand it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And if you're one of those people,
check yourself.
Get the hell out of my life.
No, just know that people hate you when you text. Nobody wants that. What do you want?
Yeah.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
I also hate, although I have to say,
I love it.
I have to say, I have been doing this myself more often. So this is a reminder to me too. I'm not excluding myself from the pool of annoying people in the world. Okay. But I hate when people send you, they drip drop the messages. It's like,
it's 7 texts when it could have been said in one sentence.
It could have just been one little paragraph. Instead, it's 19 texts in a row. LOLs, happy face, in like one sentence, text, next sentence, text. Don't do that.
Okay. So stop. I was accused of that by my child, and my child is going to hear this. So I'm letting.
She's our editor.
Yeah, I will say it on the. Whatever, that they used to pick on me. And by the way, sister, they used to throw me under the bus. You're texting like Tia, which was that. It's 17 texts, and it's like, I'm texting as I think. Well, gather your thoughts and just can you throw it in? That's why I love a voice note.
I know.
So now, after I've been told that I text like that, and now I try to put it together, and I either text one long thing, so you're going to get a paragraph.
I prefer that.
Or I'll leave a voice note. But now my daughter will text me and it'll be tring, tring, tring. And it'll be 4, 5, 6. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, so now they're doing the same thing.
The teacher has become the student.
Yes. And I'm like, put it together. And then, I know. Sometimes I'm at work and I'm just trying. I had excuses too. And they weren't good enough. So like.
Excuses be like assholes.
If you, yep. And so if you get to do it, then I get to do it.
Well, I don't think anybody should do it. I think that's the point. Don't make her mad.
I know. Make her mad. I'm not allowed to move my microphone.
Guys, we are nothing if not self-aware on this podcast, and we are learning. Okay, and we also have microphones that are possessed, and so we have to.
They have a mind of their own. They go down.
They go up. They loosen. They do what they want.
The thingy comes off. So
we recognize that every now and then you're going to hear some things, and our editor has told us that it's very annoying, and we need to stop.
Randomly, by the way, this was definitely a text that came in with no hi before it. Stop moving your microphones when you're recording. Yeah. Damn, we got the beat down. We'll go to time out.
It was a directive. It was the directive.
Yeah, there was no softening that one.
No niceties.
At all. No. So we aren't fucking with our microphones.
So we're trying really hard, guys.
We're going to be doing this and just sliding down.
If you see us, if you're watching and we're in contorted positions, it's so that we don't piss off our editor, okay? All right.
That was funny.
So what are we talking about today, folks? This has actually come as a request a couple of different times. We have an audience that spans wide age groups
cool.
because we appeal to everyone. So we have people listening to us in all age groups, and our younger folks, our ladies in our 20s, and our gents. We have some gents.
We have some gents.
Our gents in our 20s have asked us to talk about what are some of the mistakes that we made. How do you navigate that time in your life?
Changes in your 20s, jobs, friendships, mistakes.
And now looking back as old ladies, what did we get wrong? What would we do differently? So if you are an older gal who listens to us, come down memory lane with us.
Yeah.
And if you're young,
the times are changing. So
the times they are changing.
Sometimes when we talk about stuff and we're like reflect back, and I was like, wow, when I did it, it was 30 years ago. So it was like a different time. It's like, being in the 80s and in the 50s. Come on, we're like, come on, man, shut the fuck
Grandpa,
up. Like nobody wants to hear. They didn't even have like color TV. So, I get it that 30 years, but I think 30 years ago now, it's different because of technology and stuff. But I think we were that generation of the first cool, like the 80s, 90s people that are still like kind of with it today.
Do you think everyone thinks that about themselves? So I mean, I agree, but I don't know if every generation
we've made a point to stay with it with our kids.
And
to be that's what social media and stuff has helped us with, is that we can relate. We can keep track, right? Yeah. We don't have to go to school and be like in their group listening and whatever. You kind of know what's trending, and
they hate it. Can I tell you?
I know
my son
does not want you to be cool.
He told me I make everything cringe because I will go up to him and I'll say like, a joke that I heard, like a thing, and he'll be like, "Hi, mommy." He's like, "You make everything so cringe." I'm like, "Oh no!" And here I am thinking I'm cool and cute and funny, and he's like not having it. But anyway,
because he's a boy, girls
and he's
would probably like, "My mom's so cool." Like it's different.
Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Remember, maybe I'm lucky. My daughter wanted me at all this stuff. Whether I thought I was cool, she thought because she was 10 that I was cool. Maybe I wasn't. Who knows?
Probably a little mix.
Probably a little mix.
Either way, so if you are an older gal like us, come down memory lane. If you are a younger person, listen.
Navigating your 20s.
We're wise, and we know, and we've been there.
So listen to us.
So listen
do
to
everything like we tell you.
Yeah, and don't do some of the things we did. All right, so some of these things we've already talked about, but we're going to break these up into some categories. And I think the most fun area to talk about, of course, is relationship mistakes that you made.
Man.
God, there were so many.
Just looking for love in all the wrong.
Looking for love. Let me tell you one mistake that I made. So I made the mistake of being so madly in love with this one boy who just did not love me. Mm-hmm. And for years, I was just like, I held on to the hope that he was
that you were going to do the one thing that he's just going to look when and go, this whole time, it was you. And I just, right under my nose, here I am giving myself over to you. And at that point, like, boy, get to stepping. Yeah. I already found me 3 others.
And let me tell you, actually, so I was going to say it never happened.
Sorry.
But I will say, so this boy who I had such a crush on for so many years, and we were like friends, we were good friends, and I was always like, why don't you love me? We're perfect for each other. Can't you see? We laugh at all the same
seeing that I'm
we
seeing?
Laugh at all the same jokes. We have like our intellect is like right on par, why don't you love me? And then he did years later did express some interest. By that point though, I already had a boyfriend, and I was like, no thanks. I'm over it. But if I could go back, like, because this was not quite in my 20s. This was a little bit before then. But I think this happens to people in their 20s all the time. You go after the guy that doesn't like you, and you expend so much energy trying to get him to realize what a special
and you become someone
you
that
are.
You're not even. Like you do all these things that aren't even probably part of your character, part of and you hate yourself sometimes. Like, I feel like such a loser, but this is gonna work, and then it doesn't, and you're like, and then
I had a friend.
It's awful.
I had
it's
a friend
awful.
who I think she listens to this, or I think she listens occasionally. So I'm not going to use your name, but I hope that you don't.
I'm sure she appreciates it.
I hope you don't mind me using your anecdote. So this was in our 20s. She was in love with this guy. They were very good friends. He did not love her like that. Like they were just friends, and he didn't want anything more than that. But she was desperate to make him love her, and she's blonde. And he liked brunettes. So what does she do? She dyes her hair. She did all these things. She contorted herself into what he had expressed that he liked. And guess what? He did not love her after that.
No,
he did not. I know you're shocked.
I'm so shocked.
He didn't turn around and say, oh my God. So whether you're a man or a woman, if it's not happening, it's not happening.
I think I've said this before, and I've learned this again with age and years and wiseness.
I think it's called wisdom, Claudia.
That's wiseness. I like wiseness. That's a new word.
Put that in the books, guys.
Don't make me cry. So when you're wiseness like I am, I think, and in speaking to many boys over time, boys with a Z, a guy you won't have to wonder. When they're after you and they like you, they're going to make it known, and you're going to be like, dude, even if you're not interested or you haven't thought about it, you're kind of like, why is this guy? And no matter what you do to throw them off the scent, there they are.
Yeah.
Most guys, when they want something, they will, even if you have a boyfriend, even if sometimes they go beyond because that's what they want.
Yes.
If you find yourself having to do that to try to get their attentions, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Please
because
stop. You're wasting your time.
You're pushing them further away.
That's probably
because
true.
There's nothing that makes a guy or whatever less interested is knowing how available You are. If
Yes.
you're not part of the chase, they're gonna go look for the chase. That like it just is. It's
And here's-
part of the.
I agree. It's biological.
Yeah.
And here's another mistake that people often make in their 20s. And it's kind of the opposite, where you settle for someone you don't like that much just because you want a date to the weddings. You don't want to be the loser without the boyfriend. Like,
Or the clock is ticking
The
and you're of a
clock is
certain
ticking.
age. I'm in my late 20s and I haven't met the one yet. So
yeah, no.
keep on. He's out there and he will come at the right time. But if you're not your best self, what are you going to offer this person?
That's true. Although, look, I do think you have to be in these awful relationships so that you can learn.
Yes, what you don't want.
What you don't want. And so, like, as much as we're giving you this advice, like, I mean, you're going to have to go through it yourself, but just look for the signs. Okay.
Yeah.
Just look for the signs and know that when it ends, because most likely it will, it's not the end of the world.
No, and you know what? Don't let yourself be treated. If there's something that's said to you, if they do something that hurts your feelings or whatever, even at any point, like if it's early on and maybe they haven't had a lot of relationships or whatever, because there's a learning curve too, growing
Yeah,
up
of course.
and learning. Like I was saying in one of our other episodes, you learn not to walk out and slam the door because you're in a fight and you want to make a point. You stick it out and you talk about it and but if you're constantly feeling like you're not enough, or that you have to be there all the time because they might be looking at someone else, or they might, oh my God, get out. It's not going to get better.
No, it's
cut
not.
your losses. That person is not for you, and
Yeah.
get out. And you're never going to find the other person if you're still tied on to the one that's bringing you down. Like,
Yeah, and to that, yes, all those things. I have so many thoughts; they all came at once. I'm sorry, I had a stroke. Yes to all of that. I think along those lines, if he's cheating on you, he's always going to cheat on you. Like he just is.
I think
In your 20s and you're not even
Yeah.
married, this is not like, hey, we're struggling in our marriage and whatever. Like, shit happens, all right? Like, everybody grow up. Shit happens. But if you're in your 20s, you're supposed to be the most in love you've ever
Yeah.
been. Things
Yeah.
are supposed to be
Well,
great. And he's cheating on you?
Yeah.
He's
Or-
always going to cheat on you.
Yeah, and oh my God, there's two things. Like I could go on forever about this. Like I've talked to my bonus daughter often too. It's like, if you have to chase him, if you have to, when she had a boyfriend and things were not going from the beginning, like sometimes, their dynamic was just, I said, this is when your relationship is supposed to be the best. You have no responsibilities, no
Right.
pressures, no outside. This is like quote unquote honeymoon phase. This is when he
Yeah.
should be treating you great. You should be treating him great. Everything should be fabulous right now. You're going out, having a good time, but rainbows and butterflies. Because later on, when the shit hits a fan and you've
Yeah.
got responsibilities and obligations and you're broke and you're living paycheck to paycheck and shit gets hard,
Yeah.
it's gonna get, you're really gonna have to dig in and remember why you like each other. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if this is happening now without all of that, it's not gonna get better.
It's not.
So don't think that like, oh, maybe in a year and when we have a baby, no.
No.
No. So in your 20s, no. Not to mean that that when you meet somebody, they have to check all the things on your list. That's another thing too. Like you have the guy or the girl has to have this and this and this. Stop it. Okay. No one's going to bring all that to the table, and you better be prepared to bring the same. Like you can't just expect
Well, I
someone to
do.
show up and bring, and then you'll meet the person that's going to match
Yeah.
you, but you can't just be there like, well, you don't check these things off. Well, what do you check off?
Yeah.
Bitch. Like,
Bitch.
you both have to bring in, and while you're looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, work on yourself. Make sure that you're like,
Yeah, I think a lot of people in their 20s don't spend enough time looking inward and trying to like actually build yourself up. You're so busy chasing validation from boyfriends, friends, jobs, everywhere else to tell you who you are, and you're missing the time to like, what do I actually want? And that comes, by the way, that's going to happen. It's going to come out. It
comes in time too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you don't take the time to do that in your 20s, fine. But eventually you are going to, and eventually it's going to come out in a way that maybe you didn't want for it to. Maybe you're going to end up hurting people in the process of finding yourself again because you were so busy. And look, I think it is part of your age group. I think that's just what you do.
Because as you mature, also you enter your 30s, your life is changing. Your responsibilities are changing. Whether you have kids or not, and whether you're married, your career is probably blossoming, or you're considering changing careers, or you've discovered, oh my God, I never knew I liked this. And now you want to go into a new, go in a new direction. And it happens in relationships as well. You're both growing. You're both getting older. You're meeting new people. You're getting new job responsibility.
Yeah.
Life takes you in places, and sometimes you don't always go, if that person, if your partner, and you don't have a good foundation and a good, I know who you are, you know who I am. At my core, you know me 90%, we've still got 10%. You kind of got to grow and let each other explore those things and kind of be on board to maybe ride along while they explore that. And then, you got to find a way to navigate that, because, man, shit will get thrown at you. And the world isn't all just about you. If you want someone in your life, you got to be able to kind of give and take and match. And sometimes it's more you and sometimes it's more them.
True story. True story. But I'll just say, spend more time with yourself on some of these things, because to be a good partner, I think you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
And I just think we don't really do that a lot in our 20s. And I think it's a function of being young and your frontal lobe is not developed, and you're not
all the real biological.
You're not made to do that, but maybe try. Just try it, because
and you know
you'll
what?
thank yourself
20-something, and 20-somethings, you guys have a really good advantage right now that you have access to so many, in our 20s. You and your 20s, okay. I was 24, I think, when I got my first cell phone.
I was 18.
Was the brick thing with the pull-out antenna, and it had a plastic cover, and you had to really press the button, look like a phone that you had, like a cordless phone. There was, and texting, forget it. That came out recently. But I mean, so I didn't know where there was the local Pilates class and, what theater was. Times were different. Accessing and finding what was available for you to go explore and go do an art nights on Friday nights and this and that. It was much more difficult to find the shit. Now you guys have it
literally at your fingertips.
Literally. So,
all right.
So go work on yourself.
And
your media naranja, for those of you that understand.
Yeah, if you know, you know. All right, so now let's talk a little bit. So that's relationships. Now let's make some...
Wait, let me ask you something that I heard someone the other day. It was it was actually my daughter.
Oh, okay. Someone.
Ceramics night. Do you believe, or do you think it's a good idea in your 20s to live with your significant other? If you think that things are going somewhere, do you believe in living together, especially if it means cost wise it would make the most sense? If not, we both have to be at home, stay at home.
I would say, now I did not do what I'm about to say, so do as I say, not as I do. I think maybe waiting till you're engaged makes sense. But I get when people, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not so rigid. But I think you should be with someone for a while before you move in with them. I'm not we've been dating 6 months, let's live together because it makes economic sense.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no, because by the way, that breakup is going to be
it's going to be horrible. It's really tough. And I think, I know someone recently who had this situation where, in her 20s, and actually was someone she had been with for a long time, and end up breaking up. It's his apartment. She's got to move out. It's messy.
How do you do it? Awkward.
He literally had to go away for the weekend
and
while
she
got her stuff.
Yeah, that's the only
whole thing
way.
Just sucks. And it's so just you feel just awful. So there's a couple things that I would say. I think you need to be in it for a while, and I think you need to, I don't think necessarily you need to be engaged, but I think you need to be on the same page. Okay, this is it. We think that this is it.
Once we move in together, the next natural step is to make it a permanent thing.
Our plan is that we are going to be together. Now, whether life is going to throw some shit at you, I don't know. But you at least both know, this is it. And I would also say, using that as guidance, that story I just told, don't find an apartment together, I would say.
Don't move into his and have him move into yours.
Because I just think it kind of, if you get something that jointly, it levels the playing fields a little bit. Now, again, I did not do any of this. I think I kind of knew that we were probably going to get married when I moved in with my husband. We were in our 20s, and I moved into his apartment. So I didn't do any of these things, but I will say.
But we're looking back, and what will we do?
It didn't feel. I will say this: it didn't feel like my apartment. It felt like this was his apartment,
Yeah.
and I was moving in.
I get
and
that.
It took me a long time. We were married, in fact, before I felt like I could put my stamp on the apartment.
Yeah.
And this is not just
I get
his.
that.
And
100.
so I think, if you want to level the playing field, just find your own place together.
Yeah.
Let's wait till our leases are done, and then
Yeah.
let's get our own place, and
Yep.
let's do that.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
And if at any point you have doubts that, is this the right thing I'm doing? Or, oh God, we've already moved in together. Now I'm like, oh my God, imagine breaking up. I've heard that so many times from
yeah.
people. I've already been with him 4 years, 5 years. I've wasted. I don't want to waste that time. You didn't waste it.
Please
It's
get
all a
out.
learning. Please get, are you going to waste the rest of your life? Because
Yeah.
if you're already calling the last 4 years wasted, if you break up, what are you going to say 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Now you're 2 kids in, whatever. Oh, I'm not going to start over. If you're feeling that in any sense, if you're having any doubt, just because you live together does not mean you're stuck.
No.
You can move out. You can say, you know what, I love you with all my heart, but I really don't see. I mean, and you're not going to say it that matter of fact, because
Right.
that's a difficult thing. But I'm just saying, don't feel like, well, I'm stuck. And
You owe them something.
Yeah, or
because you
oh
live
God, but I'm
together.
already living. I would have to move.
No.
Yeah, you have to move.
You have to move.
So what? There are worse things.
Yeah, it's a sunk cost.
It's a
It is
lot
what it
worse
is.
when you're getting divorced.
100%. and yes, the number of people who end up married because they didn't want to,
break up or start over or wasted time.
No,
or
girl,
I'm
no.
32.
It's
like,
fine.
what am I going to start? Yes.
Yes, start
yes.
again.
Because if this isn't like, you're not like over the moon every day and he's not or she's not, whatever. If you're both not like, okay, I have no question in my mind. No.
Yeah. I also think, going back to this question, I do think it's worthwhile that people live together before they get married, because you're going to learn a lot about your partner when you guys get in.
And I think that's also a good time to kind of divvy up and say, hey, listen, we're both working. We're both doing this. Like, if I'm working late, you can start dinner, and if you do dinner, I'll do dishes. Like, you find your
groove,
your habitating co-responsibilities.
Yes.
Because I think I'm going to go with the mindset of, sometimes if you go quote unquote old school, whatever, I don't know if women still think, well, it's my duty to still do this. I don't know.
Well,
different times.
but this is, you work it out, but you can, sure. Emily,
I think younger couples,
you can live with your boyfriend.
No, I have no problem with it. And I know that they have plans for a future and we couldn't be happier, but that's up to them to decide how they want to do it.
them.
I have no.
All right, let's transition a
lives.
little bit to careers and mistakes you made in your 20s. Let's see, some of the things here they talk about: overworking, people pleasing. I'll tell you what I did. I picked the wrong career. So there's that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Why did you pick law?
I didn't know what else to do, to be honest.
You didn't have another I got to do something.
So I wanted to be a teacher, and then everyone around me was like, "You're going to be a teacher.
You're not going to make any money. You're not going to be able to live off that," which is always the common thing. It's like, how about I enjoy teaching?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually probably kind of glad I didn't do that, but at the time, that's always what I wanted to do, and everyone was like, "I can't believe you're going to do that. You're too smart for that," which is such an insult to teachers, by the way. They're very smart people. They teach your children.
Yeah, they're with your children more than you are, by the way.
So, so there was just a lot of like, oh, maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I have more potential. Anyway, I spent a bunch of years trying to find something to do. I landed on political science in college. And then I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? Like, a political scientist? Like, what's that? Like, I'm not going to do that. So,
What, am I going to be a lobbyist?
Yeah, well, I thought about that. I would have been a terrible lobbyist. So I picked law school because it checked a lot of boxes. I was like, well, it's impressive enough to other people, which again, that external validation that you need in your 20s.
Yep.
It's impressive. It's intellectually stimulating. It's got the prestige factor. I can make a lot of money.
Right.
Everything, if you notice, was nothing about me, what I like, what I'm good at, what I'm interested in. So I picked it for all these horrible reasons. And unfortunately for me, it did not work out. I should say unfortunately, because I never regret my education. I loved my legal education. I even look fondly today, years later, on my years of practice, and I've been part of the legal profession now for 20 years. So I don't regret it, but it was not the best choice. If I could
That's not what like fueled your fire.
No, and if I could go back, and I managed to find something within the law that does make me feel alive and good and fulfilled. But I spent a lot of years miserable, not feeling that way. And
Trying to find that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, like, you know, as you're trying to pick careers, sometimes you make these choices because you're trying to impress other people, or you're trying to follow someone else's legacy, or you're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Or your parents, you know,
Yeah.
meeting an expectation.
Yes.
You know, that your parents have for you or of you, or because your siblings are doing something impressive. So now, like, I have to find, you know, if you have a sibling that's an attorney, an accountant, a psychiatrist,
a doctor,
a neurosurgeon.
You can't be like, I'm going to be a mechanic.
Yeah, no, like, hey, I want to do landscaping. And they're like, what?
But, like, why not?
But why not? Listen, when we did construction, we had to hire a landscape architect.
We all can't be doctors
and holy
and
shit, when
lawyers.
we got the bill, I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, you can make a nice penny for yourself.
So, I mean, and even if you can't, if that's what you enjoy and you're a happy human being, you know, which is already winning the game there. If you're happy and you're like, yeah, I got to work hard to make, but I enjoy what I do.
And here's the thing.
That's a bonus.
Careers are long, man.
Yep.
And if you're stuck doing something you don't want to do, it's miserable because you're doing it all day. And you can transition. You can change. But that requires a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot more than just picking the right thing at the outset. Which is not to say, look, I think you can pick anything and it's a mistake and you never know. And you thought you would like it and it turned out you didn't.
Yep.
Fuck it. Whatever. Like, find
You
something.
can start over. I mean, it might not be as easy as the first time. And by now you're a little older.
Yeah.
You've got a little more probably financial responsibility.
Yes.
But, you know.
But you can.
You're not stuck.
And you should. And I'm just saying, like, as you're thinking about picking your jobs and your careers, you know, be thoughtful about, like, is this really for me, or why am I doing this? Because eventually it's gonna come back to roost.
I've seen a couple of 20-somethings I know. You know, you take the job because you think it's going to look good on your resume.
Yes.
And it might, but if you're sucking at it or you're the whole time miserable or whatever, do you really need it on your resume? Because there might be something that you might find that you might like more.
Yeah.
I mean, now there are some opportunities that come up and you may
Sure.
say to yourself, you know what, let me give it a go for even 6 months.
Yeah.
Give it a try because it may lead you to something that you might like more. It may be something you never expected. You might think, oh, I'm going to hate this, but I'm going to do it. And then, wow, I love this. I'm so glad I took it. You know, there's nothing worse than the what if and not trying and then wondering.
Yes, 100%.
It's better to try and say, you know what, I can't handle this, or it's not what I thought it was going to be. At least you gave it a shot. And you just have to be honest. Don't be afraid.
Agreed. Here's another mistake I made in my 20s. I made the dumb mistake of thinking that if you just worked hard and were good at your job, you would advance. No, no.
So be a slacker.
No, don't be a slacker. But it's really, truly, your relationships are so important in your career. It's so much about who you know, who likes you, who knows what you know.
Leave a good impression.
You could be the best at your job, but if people don't know you, you're not going to be the one promoted.
Yeah.
And this happened to me at a job that I had, that I was continuously told, you're so good, my reviews were excellent, but I did not spend any time networking with senior leadership. I never went to the happy hours with them. I didn't spend time talking to them. I didn't have a mentor in the company. I was just doing the job. And I thought that would be enough. And every single year I got passed up for a management opportunity, and people who definitely fucking sucked were getting promoted. But why? They had relationships. People knew them. People liked them. People were willing to invest in them.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that for me because they don't know me like that.
Yeah.
They just know I'm good at the work, but they don't know anything else. So don't make that
and
mistake.
you're not completely what's the word, one-sided? That's not the one. You're not like, is it one-sided? I don't know. The word I'm thinking of is like
multi-dimensional.
Yeah, like one-dimensional. Like, okay, you can do the job, that's great, but what about the rest of you? Like, I need you to have people skills. I need to take you into a place and talk to our associates and, you know, whatever. I mean, you have to multifaceted. Is that the word?
Yes,
it's going to bother me.
No, multifaceted.
But yet you have to be a complete person.
A 360 professional.
Right.
And I
shine in that one area, but have a little bit of the rest.
Yeah. And I used to go to networking events I used to do this all the time. I would go to networking events basically for the free wine.
Of course.
And maybe there was a speaker that I liked, but I would never talk to anybody. I would show up.
You just show your face.
I would show up. I would eat a piece of cheese, like, and leave.
Have the free wine and
have the
I'm
free
out.
wine and get out. I never talked to anybody. I never gave my card to anyone. Like that I know is uncomfortable and it feels cheesy, and you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. But the point is, the mistake was I didn't realize the importance of relationships. And what I've learned since then in actually investing in them is that every other job I've ever gotten, every opportunity I've gotten, everything good that has come in my career has been because somebody put me up for it. Somebody connected
Recommended
me.
you, that told you about it, told them about you. Yeah.
And by the way, I believe that I earned those things because I put in the time
Of course.
in investing in that person, and that person believes in my ability.
Exactly. They're not going to talk you up or tell you about, tell someone about you if they think you're going to like
Fuck it
not
up
show.
for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not gonna-
absolutely. Because their name now
Is
at
attached.
least attached. Right. You
Yeah.
don't have to prove anything to them, but and it's not solely what you know. Obviously, you're going to have to show up and show what you know, but who you know really. And if there's someone giving you an opportunity or saying, hey, I know this person, I'd be happy to put in order, fucking take it.
Yeah.
Take it. Who cares? Like
The
it's
number of people who will forego an opportunity because they don't like that it came through a connection. I don't want to be a Nepo baby. Like, you're dumb. Because everybody is doing it that way. And by the way, again, people are not going to attach their name just out of the kindness of their heart.
Right.
They must see something in you. So just take them up on it. Here's another career mistake I made before I forget, because I will. I never asked for a raise in like 100 million years of working. I never, and you know what? I think I might say I still haven't asked for a raise. Maybe I have.
wow.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
How do you ask for a raise? I would be mortified to do that. So please tell me and tell the listening personnel.
Well, I think that, so the easiest time to ask for a raise, by the way, the easiest way to get a big bump is to change jobs. Let's start there. So when you are negotiating a job offer, that's your best opportunity to get as much money out of something that you can. Do not accept a first offer when you get it. It's perfectly normal, acceptable, even expected in some cases for you to negotiate a starting salary. So you go in and you say, the first thing that you can ask is, well, this is what I would always do when I would do this, is say, oh, thank you so much for the offer. I'd like to take some time to think about it, blah, blah, blah. And then you ask, like, is this negotiable, or is this flexible, or is this firm?
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Flexible is good.
Yeah, like, so that, they know, like, okay, and then they'll always say, like, oh, well, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
And then
I was thinking $1 million.
I was thinking $450,000 a month. No, but then you have to know, if you're going to do this, and anytime you go into a negotiation about money, you need to know, what are you asking for? Like, what is your bottom, and like, what's your
and what's
top?
going to make you happy going there? Like, what's
it going to be? What's it going to take? Go in with an actual, don't come in with like, oh, I think I deserve more. How much more? I don't know, like more?
Yeah.
No, don't come
Close.
don't come in with a random number either. Like, do your research, start benchmarking. What do other people in my market, in this job at other companies make? So you can use the internet to tell you that. You could talk to people, but like, get some data. Look at what you add, like, how much experience do you have? What are you bringing to the table? And say, well, based on my experience and market, like, here's what I was thinking. And then just shut the fuck up. When you start over explaining yourself, you start negotiating against yourself.
Yes. And you sound like you're not confident.
Right.
You sound like, oh, someone's telling her what to say, or telling him what to say. Yeah.
So I have done that. This is when I have negotiated at my best, is when I'm at that first, getting the job offer. And I'll say, and most of the time, I only had one time where they did rescind the offer. And let me tell you something. It was such a blessing in disguise, because I didn't really want that job. I was just taking it for the money. And I was trying to negotiate with them. Like, they had like a bonus and salary structure, whatever. I was trying to negotiate back. And the guy finally was like, maybe this isn't going to be a great fit. And at first I was like, oh my God, how dare you? But then I was like, you know what, sir? You're absolutely right. This job fucking sucks. And it ended up, I found out later that company had a horrible, horrible reputation. They ended up getting like bought out. All this stuff happened. But anyway, the point is, that's the best time. But anytime you're going to ask for a raise, like if you're going in for like a review or something, go in with data. Like, that's how
would you do, let's say now I'm like pretending I'm at a job. How would you, for instance, if it's long past your review time, for instance, and you've brought it up, and they say, oh, we're going to get to it, and now a long stretch of time has gone by, and you still haven't had the review, but you kind of like your job. Like you're happy where you are, but the fact that you haven't had your review is kind of starting to like.
Well, I think you need to, I guess that could happen in a more like informal setting. Sometimes that happens because a lot of, like, if you work at like a big company, they do this on a schedule. So you have to do it, and HR has to have this paperwork.
Right.
So I would say in that situation, like the next time you have a meeting with that person, like pin them down on a date. Be like, I'll put it on your calendars. Like, when can we have this? Are you available next week? I'd like to have this conversation, and pin them down. Like, or if they're not willing to have that conversation with you, red flag. Yeah. Like, this may not be the place for you, right? Yeah. I would try to pin them down and then come in with, they're going to give you what they're going to give you. And if let's say they come in with like a 3% raise or something, right? Like cost of living adjustment.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not in Miami then.
But you could just say like, oh, that wasn't, I'm surprised, or that's not quite what I was expecting. Here's what I had in mind, and here's why, right? And then you got to come with some fact. If you're just doing the bare minimum at your job, you're going to get the bare minimum raise.
Right.
Don't expect a big bump just because you're cute. Like, you're going to need to come with, here's what I did. And it better not be a list of tasks, okay? That's another mistake I made in my career. I thought my value was obvious by like, here's the 10 things I did this year, but I didn't connect the dots of like, and here's why it matters.
Right.
Here's the difference it made on our team, for the company, for the project,
That's
for the
very
client.
Good. You see?
If you don't make that connection, you just say, I did this and this and this and this and this, like, great, that's your job.
Right.
But when you can attach like, but here's why it mattered to you. I improved the efficiency of the team. The client got more money. This and the that. Like,
things got out on time on a regular basis. Yeah.
I'm adding dollars and cents, and now you owe me for that. So I've come in with a much stronger position to request the money.
Right.
And you're more likely to get it than if you come in with just like pie in the sky numbers because I want it and I deserve it.
Right. Okay,
so that
good
would be
one.
And ask for it, guys, because they're not going to give it to you.
Right.
They will hold on to their dollars and cents for as long as possible. So don't make the mistake of thinking, they're going to notice how great I am. No, they're not. They're not.
No.
Because the money that they don't give you is going to go
somewhere
to
else.
Shareholders, or is going to go to them, or like someone else is going to get that money. So ask for it. Fuck. God damn it.
You know what? And if it's consuming your thoughts and it's every week or every month, you're like, when am I going to get that? Rip the Band-Aid off. Do it. And if not, and if it's, hey, we can't do it, or hey, you know what? Then, it might be time to like strap up your boots and say, maybe it's time for me to move on to something. It might mean more responsibility, whatever. But if what you're looking for in the end is kind of a balance of, this is what I like to do, but, I'm getting older. I've gotten experience now. I need to, it's a stepping stone to the next thing. You might have to be uncomfortable for a little bit and just.
Yeah, and listen, and they might say to you, no, we can't give you that raise now, but this is an opportunity for them to say, okay, what do I have to do to get that? What would be the next steps?
Right.
And now you're not just guessing.
Right.
Now you have clarity. And then when can we have this conversation again?
Again, can we set down on the calendar 6 months from now to revisit this topic?
Like, you're gonna do this like a formula, because otherwise they're gonna take advantage of you. You're not gonna get your money. You're gonna be upset, and maybe it's salvageable, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just, and you're in charge of your career.
Yep. That's the best.
And I'm fired up about this because this is the work I do every day.
Yay! But not me. I'm just going to listen and learn.
No, but truly, you're in charge of your career. It's not them. Your boss is not in charge of your progress or your advancement. It's not their responsibility. It's yours. And the sooner you learn that and take the reins, the better off you're going to be. And you'll be able to make the right choices because you're in the driver's seat.
Yep.
And you're not letting, someone else drive the car for you. So no more driving images.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Out of careers. Body image and beauty mistakes.
Oh, in my 20s.
Not wearing sunscreen.
Oh, my Lord. Number one. How about not wearing sunscreen and putting baby oil on your face? Or suntan bronzer, whatever, squirting lemon in your hair to get highlights. Iodine on your skin to get tan, all of those lovely. Iodine. You put iodine and then you bake in the sun and you get, or you put the iodine in the baby oil.
I did
awful.
Coca-Cola.
Yes, all that too. It's awful what we did to our skin.
Terrible. It'll come back to bite you.
I know. I'm already getting wiseness spots.
Wiseness spots.
Wisdom spots. Yes, it's pretty awful.
Yeah.
So I started late. At least I'm in there now.
Me too. But I started.
At
late.
least I can prevent it from getting that much further. I hope. I'd like to think.
Yes.
So body image.
Not doing enough exercise in my 20s because I didn't need to for my weight management, but I did need to for my health, and I didn't. And if you don't start those habits early, let me tell you something. When you try to develop them in your 30s and 40s.
Yeah. What was that? I'm sorry.
As the great philosopher once said.
I like that. I like that.
It's really fucking hard, guys.
It is. And it's funny because I played sports. So I loved, but I hated running. Like I played soccer, and every time we had to run, I was going, ugh, and every time we had to do 12-minute runs and run around the school in a 6-minute mile or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? I hated it. But I did it. It was part of the sport and whatever. And then once the sport stopped, I still always stayed kind of, but it was now because I didn't want to be heavy, and I didn't want to, which worked against me because I got really heavy there for a while. And later I learned how to kind of do it more not crazy level.
Right.
Not obsessive. Then I went back into obsessive, like I've gone. But as you said, the important thing is to develop some sort of habit.
Yes.
In your 20s. Pick something. The big misconception that I've learned is that people think, to do cardio or to do whatever, you have to like break a sweat. And 2 years ago when I started with this nutritionist, and she said, just walk for 45 minutes, find your fat burn zone, which is not that fast at all. Because when I would reach it, I'm like, I'm not even going to break a sweat. And 45, all right. And I would walk. First, I started to love my walks.
Yeah.
Because some days it was with music. Some days it was with nothing. Some days it was my husband would come and we would talk. But it was I looked forward to those 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great way to start. And I just felt I got so much done. I got it out of the way early. And when you do that walking in your fat burn zone before you put anything in your mouth, you're really burning. You set your fat burning for the day. And can I tell you, by 3 weeks, it was like just eating right. And you're not only achieving something if that's what your goal is, but you realize it doesn't have to be like, like flash dance,
torturing yourself.
Torturing and sweating. And no, it's just a walk. You move your body, you get your blood pumping, you clear your head, you set your tone. And if you can't do it in the morning, you can do it in the day, in the afternoon, whatever. Just move your body, your joints as you get older. Then we start now having to stretch, which I always thought was bullshit. And no, it's not.
It's real. And people in your 20s appreciate, if you are lucky enough to have a healthy, strong, limber body, whatever size it's in, just appreciate it. Because things do start to break down.
Yes, they
do.
do.
Things start to get more uncomfortable. Life gets a little bit harder in your body. And just stop hating your body so fucking much. Like, just stop it. Because, by the way, it's not going to get better. Like, it's I mean, maybe, but like, it's mostly going to go downhill. So just enjoy it.
You're not going to stop any of the
aging.
You're going to get cellulite.
You are. It's
You're
all
born
gonna
with
happen.
it. We're born with it. So, I mean, it's like, I think I read one somewhere that it's 4% of the women worldwide do not have cellulite.
What are those bitches?
Oh, like Heidi Klum. I can just name one right off. 4 children, and she looks like that. I'm like, God bless you, woman. I hope you have enjoyed every moment.
I hope she does.
And get every dollar, because she earns money with. That's her livelihood. So good for you, and God bless. And for those women who have a fight with cellulite, and men, it's normal. We have it. And get it in our arms, and we get it in places that you don't want it. But you know what? I'm here. I'm healthy. I have 2 working legs, 2 working arms, and I get to drive and go to the gym and enjoy it. And I'm one of the first people that has been harsh on myself.
Yes.
And I'm now trying to okay, so my legs might not ever be that toned again.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Can they get you to where you need to go?
Yeah, and I'm still, my main goal now is just, to give back and be it kind of is, but I'm like, turning the focus off of myself so much and outwardly myself, meaning criticizing myself.
Right.
I am queen of that. So I'm trying not to do that and focus the energy on, okay, I did something good. I worked out. Okay, move on to something else and take the focus off.
I like that very much.
I know.
Now, I know we have to kind of wrap up, but one thing that I wanted to just kind of touch on, and maybe we'll just do a whole episode on friendships, but I think friendships in your 20s are really important because it's a time of your life where you're not as connected, not that you're not connected to your family, but like you're
trying to find your own.
Your core group of people are your friends.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of shifts that happen in your 20s because some of you are getting married, some of you are having careers that are popping off, some of you are people you were close to, suddenly you're not anymore. And I know there's a lot of angst involved in that, but if you're in your 20s and you're going through this and you're like shedding friends, just know that it's normal. And as an adult, if you can count two to three people in your life as your friends, you are wealthy beyond measure. And you're not going to need more than that. And I know it feels weird to go from a crowd of 35 friends to 2 and you feel like a loser.
No.
I promise you're not.
And I think as you're going through it, you will realize exactly what Nat is saying, and it does happen. And I always told my daughters the same thing. I said, right now your group is this big, and and there's always drama, and this group, and now with social media, everybody knowing who's where, and I didn't get invited to this. Oh, it's exhausting. I listened to them back a few years ago, and I was like, oh, thank God I am not that age anymore. But as you get older and you each find your things, you will either retain 2 or 3, and it's just A, more peaceful.
Yes.
B, wish the others well. It doesn't mean you can't be friends, but you don't need everybody in your inner circle all the time because sometimes they don't have the best intentions either. And the things you share with them and want to keep private, sometimes they don't give a shit, and they're going to, recognize who's there for you, recognize who you enjoy spending time with, who you can count on.
Who brings out the good parts of you,
and who
right?
gives back to you.
Yeah.
Because some of us get joy out of giving, and we love doing this for our friend and doing that, and then you kind of get hurt when they don't do it back.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this with her as well, because sometimes she would get hurt that her birthday would come, and I go, you gotta recognize not everybody is like that, and they give back in a different way, and you can't expect that. If you do that because you enjoy doing it, then leave it at that. But then you have to recognize the friends. If that friend didn't even fucking call you on your birthday, maybe they're not in it for the same reasons. But even then, as you get older and navigate your 20s, you're going to meet people at work. You're going to meet people once you have kids and you're in the social group at school. You find people you have in common. And sometimes as an adult and you get older, you meet people and you just click.
Yeah.
And you realize, you feel like you've known them all your life. One of my very best friends in the world I met when I was 21. Not anybody from elementary school or whatever. And to this day, I can still call her, and she's like, okay, I'm like, we have to bury a body. And she's like, I'll be right there. She doesn't ask.
Got the shovel.
And I met her at 21, and it felt like we had known each other since birth. And it still feels that way. And sometimes you're going to meet people like that in your 20s, and some you're not going to talk to as much. And you all change.
And it is sad, I will say. I think it does suck, especially if you've known someone for a long time and suddenly you find yourself drifting apart because life has taken you in different directions.
Kids, schools, marriages, relocation.
All the things. But I think you're right. If you just take the view that this isn't a bad thing. I'm always going to be there for that person, or I wish that person well. I'm a cheerleader in the back. And but they're not part of my day to day. I don't think that has to be the worst thing.
No.
And it's just know that it is a part of life and it happens to
And it's always going to feel good to see them probably or get back in touch, or at least, you're always going to share that common. I have 2 or 3 lifelong childhood friends that we don't see each other. We all live in different places, and we'll get in touch on our birthdays or whatever. And I know that if I called any of them and said, I need to see you or whatever, we would still get right back together. And you have that bond, that childhood, that no one else has those experiences with you except them, so it's like a common thing that will always bond you. But life for you is different. Even some friends of mine that had sons and I have daughters, our activities became different.
Discriminate against the boy moms. It's messed
No,
up.
at all. I'm just saying,
it's messed up.
I know they went baseball world and soccer world, and we went volleyball world and
whatever.
Yeah. Well, there, I'm going back to your philosopher.
We are highly intellectual here.
Yeah.
All right.
So quote us if you want.
Put it on a T-shirt, bitch. All right. So
How do you
listen.
do that?
I don't know.
That would be great.
Now we have so much more to say, but maybe we'll
could
do a part 2.
Absolutely.
I think
See,
this is
great
a part
minds.
2. I know. think alike.
Navigating your 20s. Let us know if there's stuff.
What else do you want to know?
20-somethings.
What do you want to know?
From these wise old women.
Yes. I mean, if you're not impressed by now, by how much we know.
40-somethings, 50-somethings. We cover it all.
Yeah.
We're still close to the 30-somethings. We have 30-somethings in our life.
Yes.
Right there.
So
right
let
past
us
the
know.
20-somethings.
What do you want to know? What are you struggling with? All right, let's do a quick delve deck.
You do it.
Oh,
you
but
do it. You, okay,
I'm like
yellow or blue?
blue.
See, my problem is I can't grab it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ah.
I love these. Ready?
Yes.
What is your favorite emotion?
Is laughter an emotion? That's like a, no. It's
I
like
would think joy, laughter.
Joy. Of course. Joy. Oh, you know what though? So it is happiness, but you know what I would say, I don't know if it's my favorite.
I'm going to couple it with this one.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I will say the emotion that I like really just like nestle into a lot is nostalgia. I am such a nostalgic human. I am nostalgic for times I didn't even live in. Like
You're my daughter.
Like I remember looking at my mom's high school yearbook when I was young, and I could like put myself there. Like I wasn't even alive, and I'm like, yes, these are my people, my time.
That's
like,
my daughter with the 80s. She sucks it all in as if she were there, like relives it.
And I think nostalgia. I mean, I have a problem because I get
cry with
stuck
nostalgia.
there. Oh, but it's beautiful.
I do, but I cry. My husband's a big nostalgia person, and he listens to songs, and I walk in, I go, whoop, and I walk right out. And he's like, it reminds me of my sister, it reminds me of being a child. And I'm like, I can't listen to the sappy.
Oh, I love that.
Fuck, I can't.
I'm going to say it. It's nostalgia. It's my favorite.
Nostalgia. All right.
Yeah. How about you?
God, my favorite emotion is, wow. Jesus.
Happiness?
Yeah, the like when you said laughter,
yeah.
when I get that I can't catch my breath laughter, whether it's with my husband, my daughter, my friends, a good show, that kind of like where the tears and that is probably my happiest. And being around animals, but I don't know how to describe that emotion. That
Oh, wow, right on cue.
Sincere, I know, sincere, basic, natural of an animal, and when they take to you, and it's just this mutual love, I guess. But visible would be that laughing, pure, unadulterated, out loud, obnoxious joy. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Okay, and finally, what is your worst habit? Ooh, loaded. Jesus. Should we not even end it on that and leave it on laughter and joy?
Yeah, I think so.
Here comes joy.
But I do have one. I procrastinate like a mother. Yeah. And that's my worst habit. My philosophy in life is why do it today if you can do it tomorrow? And that's terrible. So.
I have that habit for certain things but I think mine would be that self-deprecation. Criticizing myself is my worst habit. Yeah, I know.
I would agree.
But at least I acknowledge it, and that's half the battle.
That is half the battle.
That's the joy.
Name it to tame it.
Look at who's here.
All right, so the dogs have come. They're like, get the fuck out. Time has come.
Why are you guys still in here?
Why are you here?
This is my room.
Thank you all for joining us. Please make sure that you follow, subscribe. We are everywhere that you get your podcasts. And
20-somethings, write something so we can do a part 2 and for real, answer some questions.
We do want to answer audience questions, so please share them with us. Give us a 5-star review and join us again next week.
And if you don't follow us on YouTube, even if you're not going to watch us on there, if you're like Spotify listeners, go on there and just subscribe. And it costs you nothing, and it helps us just at least get more movement.
Yes. Stop being selfish.
We would appreciate that. You don't have to watch it.
We're not desperate though, okay?
At all. We're just putting it out there. Just like the damn thing and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. I've seen that somewhere. Then just like and subscribe. Okay, so now I'm doing it. Like and subscribe. And then listen to us wherever the hell you want.
Exactly. Or don't. Just leave it on mute. Yeah. Do whatever you want.
Whatever. You can watch all the faces I make and the hand gestures and all the things.
Exactly. All right. How long can we keep this going? We're just kidding.
Okay,
we're leaving.
Right.
Okay.
We're going to end it.
Now we're done. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
With an emphasis. One of those.